Hello everyone, we're gonna talk about transportation. Actually, in Canada, most of the people usually drive.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
In Japan, usually less than 50% people drive, which is not common much.
That's crazy to me.
I understand because there's so many convenient transportation such as bus and train.
Mm-hmm.
People usually use train, but very crowded.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to use the bus most of the time,
mm-hmm.
but nowadays I just use the electric scooter because I don't want to wait for so long, because sometimes the bus doesn't come on time because there's so many traffic.
Some people say the bus doesn't come as frequently, but I know sometimes I think people in Vancouver complain a little bit too much. Like during peak hours, you've got a SkyTrain. We use a SkyTrain, so train system up in the sky. Train comes every 6 minutes during peak hours, and then if you are on the Expo line, the most popular train line, every 3 minutes train comes to go downtown. Mm-hmm. So sometimes when people complain about having to wait 6 minutes, and I'm just like,
6 minutes is totally fine for me.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I used to wait for the bus for half an hour, 45 minutes when it was minus 40 outside.
Oh.
So when people are like, oh, I have to wait 10 minutes for the train, and I'm like, yeah, you poor thing, I feel so bad for you. It must be hard.
Yeah. But it's a rare situation. People use the monthly pass,
yes.
Compass card.
Compass card, yeah.
So it's very convenient. They just tap the card.
Yeah. Compass card is for Vancouver specifically.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's not called a compass card, but like a monthly pass in general is common. Mm-hmm. It's supposed to save you money. Lately, it doesn't feel like it because the prices are going up.
Going up, right?
I had an experience actually, just like last week. I was at Life Labs. I had to go get a blood sample taken, and this man was in there, and I don't know. I have very little patience sometimes. Okay. Like I was so mad inside.
Okay.
It's all appointment based.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we've all got our appointments. You check in, you wait in the waiting room, and they will call you for your appointment.
Yeah.
And so he comes in there, and he wants to be seen first.
Yeah.
He wants to go like now before everybody else in the room. Why? Because I parked my car and I've only got 10 minutes left on it.
Rushing.
It's not their fault that you parked your car where you did, and it's not their fault that you only paid for so much parking. But yeah, that's what makes you think. I know parking's expensive and it's very inconvenient for a lot of people.
Yeah, it's
that guy, I wanted to kill him, and I'm like, wow, you're so important because you parked a car. Please go ahead of all of us. But yeah, in downtown, it's expensive and there's nowhere to park. I know bicycle is more popular in Vancouver than it is in the rest of Canada.
Yeah, I used to bike,
mm-hmm.
but unfortunately it was stolen.
That sounds like Canada.
It's actually common. That's why people need to be very, very careful about that.
Yeah, I had my bike stolen as a child, and I actually lied about it. So I was young, like, people think there's no, first of all, crime in Canada. People seem to think that it's a very safe country. It is and it isn't. Crime still happens. So if you come to Canada, please lock your things up, your valuables. It can and will get stolen. But I didn't lock my bike up. I leaned it against a tree. I was like 10 years old. I was like, I'm just gonna run into the convenience store and get like a Slurpee. And then so I go in there, get my things, come out, my bike is gone. I was irresponsible and I didn't lock up my bike.
Yeah.
I didn't have a lock, so I figured it'd be fine to go in there for 2 seconds.
Oh.
2 seconds is all it takes for somebody to steal a bike that's not locked up, right? So my dad had just bought me this bike too. And I got home and I have to tell my dad that my bike has been stolen. My dad was like, well, what did the guy look like? Did you see the person who did it? And I was like, yeah, so I invented a person, because I didn't want my dad to know that I was just not responsible and left my bike there. So I lied and said that I saw the person steal it. It's like, yeah, they looked like this and this and this. And my dad was like, oh, okay. And then he calls the police. And the police has this like description of this bike stealer. I made up the person.
Yeah, my gosh, actually.
But like we're not supposed to technically ride on the sidewalk. Either break the rules and ride on the sidewalk, or risk getting into a car accident and ride on the road like you're supposed to. So that's why I don't really ride my bike.
Yeah, better not to use it actually.
Yeah, like Vancouver is so full of people who love fitness and stuff like that.
But they want to be healthy.
Healthy people like to be eco-friendly. That's the social culture here in Vancouver. Can't say the same for the rest of Canada. Like when COVID started, I remember gas went down to like $1.26 or something per liter.
But that's not cheap actually.
Other places in Canada, that's very expensive. But then recently it got up to like $2.19 or something I saw somewhere.
That's why I cannot have a car. I don't have a car.
You're a car mechanic with no car.
That's so weird. I know. What am I doing? For my first impression in Canada, when I came to Canada, I used the bus and then, and also when I get off the bus, I say thank you to the driver, which is really good.
Yes.
I really appreciate the driver because thank you for driver, right? But in Japan, usually driver say thank you to. That's a different culture.
Yes.
Yeah.
I heard a funny comment from an American I know. When a bus is full or it's out of service, it says so on the front of it, right? I guess in the United States, it just says bus full. But in Canada, it says sorry, comma, bus full, sorry, out of service. And they thought that was so funny because stereotypically Canadians are known for apologizing and saying sorry all the time. Oh my God, even their buses apologize when they're full. Do Japanese buses have that?
No.
They don't say sorry when they're full?
Highway also free. No need to pay.
Yeah, I heard about that. What's with, you have to pay tolls at freeways or something in Japan?
Yes, 7 to 10 bucks maybe.
Oh my
I used
God.
to pay on the highway, but it's free in Canada. It's really good rate.
That's wild to me.
Yeah, overall, Canadian transportation is kind of very convenient for me personally.
Yeah, really convenient. Not as full because more people drive.
Yeah. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys interested about our conversation, please join more. Please leave the comments if you guys have any questions. Yeah. Thank you. Bye bye.